Welcome to Faith and Freedom. For the next few minutes, we hope to inform, inspire, and encourage you as we discuss legal victories and challenges to your fundamental freedom and religious liberties. Faith and Freedom comes to you from Liberty Counsel, a civil liberties education and legal defense organization. Join us now as Matt Staver, founder and chairman of Liberty Counsel, explains the latest legal issues all across this country. In the courtrooms of America, Liberty Counsel is winning the battle for your constitutional freedom.
A federal judge has struck down all of the age limits on the so-called morning after pill, the Plan B abortifacient drug. I am Matt Staver, founder and chairman of Liberty Counsel. Joining me to talk about this issue is Matt Barber, vice president of Liberty Counsel Action. Matt, this issue with Plan B, or the so-called morning after pill, is one that began back in 1999 under the Clinton administration on the eve of his departure before George W. Bush came in. His administration pushed this Plan B through. It's so-called morning after pill, but it is an abortifacient, which actually oftentimes acts as an abortion chemical. Now, according to this recent ruling, this drug must be made available to women of any age. So girls as young as 11 years old can now begin taking this drug if this case is not overturned.
Right, Matt. And adding insult to injury, that's not available via prescription. That's available over the counter.
Yeah.
That means that a CVS, a Walgreens, any young girl, as you said, as young as 11 years old, can walk in and get this dangerous drug, one that has proven to be dangerous. There have been deaths associated with Plan B, can be very dangerous. Yet a little girl can walk in now, if this ruling stands, and obtain this dangerous drug that could hurt her, but certainly is an abortifacient and will definitely kill an unborn child.
And when we're talking about an abortifacient, what we're talking about is a drug that actually causes an abortion. Now, Plan B may have certain situations where it is a contraception, where you take it after unprotected sex or sexual activity. But in many cases, it actually operates as an abortifacient. It actually stops the implantation or stops the continued implantation of the fertilized embryo to the uterine wall. This is after it's already been fertilized. So at this point in time, it is a human being, and it actually either stops it from implanting or it causes the embryo to slough off the uterine wall so that it can no longer remain implanted. So this is not just a contraceptive. It is an abortifacient. This is part of the controversy over the Obamacare. The Obamacare law requires that employers make this kind of drug and Ella and other kind of morning after or RU486 abortifacient kind of drugs available free of charge to anyone. And this is the controversy that's going on, where employers are saying, including Liberty University in our case that we're litigating, don't want to be a part of taking unborn human life. And yet now this judge says this should be made available to young girls and over the counter without any prescription.
Right. It seems a little redundant to me, in fact, that this federal district judge, Edward Corman, that he ordered the Food and Drug Administration to lift any age and sale restrictions on Plan B. Well, this is the Obama FDA, so that's in perfect keeping with what this radical president, radical pro-abort president is trying to do. You even have to wonder what kind of collusion is going on there. So I'm sure this is a don't throw me in that briar patch kind of situation in terms of this judge ordering the FDA to do something that President Obama would be inclined to do and has shown he's inclined to do in the first place.
Yeah, you go back historically, in July of 1999, the FDA approved this Plan B. There wasn't a lot of deliberation. It was rushed through on the eve of President Clinton leaving the Oval Office, as he did at the end of the year, beginning of 2000. And then in August of 2006, the FDA approved non-prescription, behind-the-counter access to Plan B for women 18 or older. So first of all, it gets rushed through during the Clinton administration. And then in 2006, the FDA says, well, you can actually get it without a prescription. It's behind the counter, but now it's for women that are 18 and older. Young ladies 17 or younger still had to have a prescription. Then in 2009, a U.S. judge ordered that the FDA allow 17-year-olds to acquire Plan B without a prescription. So this is the progression. Then In 2013, this judge rules that the FDA must make this pill available for all ages over the counter, no prescription for anyone. And that's where we started up. 1999 to where we are now, this is a chemical abortion, and this judge says that he is requiring that this be done within 30 days of his opinion. His opinion was issued April 5, 2013. 30 days from then, he says this needs to be taken into effect. If, in fact, they do not appeal, the Obama administration does not appeal, this will actually be the rule across the country with regards to the so-called abortifacient, which is referred to commonly as the morning after or Plan B pill.
Well, and it just shows you, again, Matt, as a majority of the country is moving toward a position in defense of a culture of life. We have many in various elitist establishments, certainly in the judiciary here, president, many pro-aborts are moving toward the wrong side of history on the issue of life and moving to impose, to, as you pointed out with Obamacare and so forth, to compel you and I and employers and employees around the country to provide with their hard-earned taxpayer dollars Plan B and other abortifacients to employees and so forth. So they're moving in the wrong direction while the rest of America is moving toward a culture of life.
Yeah, they're moving more radical. The interesting thing in this case is Kathleen Sebelius, the Secretary of HHS, one who's behind the HHS mandate to force employers to provide this free of charge, Plan B, L, and other abortifacients. Basically, a few years ago, 2011 I believe it was, actually stated that these should not be given out to minors because Teva Pharmaceuticals, that manufactures Plan B, did not have research that would show that the drug was safe for girls as young as 11. And so she was the one who stopped it. She is very radically pro-abortion. Yeah. Radically pro-abortion. Now, she might have actually done that from a political standpoint, and because, you know, obviously this administration has been very, very pro-abortion. So we just really don't know now whether they're going to appeal this. It may well be that they see that this is what they want, and they may not appeal. Either way, I think this is absolutely outrageous that a judge says that you can give a chemical abortion without a prescription to a minor when you can't have a minor go in and buy anything else similar to this without a prescription, without their parents knowing.
It just shows you how abortion, it is the sacred cow of the left, a fundamental, this phantom constitutional right to kill your unborn child supersedes all other common sense regulations that we see with the FDA and so forth. And you wonder, I think Kathleen Sebelius probably made a political calculation, realizing that this drug has proven to be this and other abortifacients have proven to be dangerous. What a political nightmare. What happens the first time some 11-year-old girl sneaks in and goes and buys this, becomes pregnant, doesn't tell mom and dad about it, and starts to bleed to death, and nobody knows why or what's going on because she had access to this abortifacient over the counter. I think perhaps that's what Kathleen Sebelius was trying to avoid, probably from a political standpoint, but it makes sense to avoid that type of scenario and to tightly restrict and regulate this, which can be very dangerous, certainly for the mother, but always for the child.
No question about it. This is a time where we need to be moving toward a culture of life, not moving toward a culture of death. With Obamacare and those issues with regards to abortion and now this FDA ruling, we need to take a stand. Obviously, one of the cases that is the big case in the country that deals with this issue is the Liberty University versus Geithner case, the case that we have and we've been litigating since 2010. I'll argue that before the Federal Court of Appeals on May the 16th. And that is a challenge to not only the HHS mandate that requires employers to provide these abortifacient drugs, but also to the entire employer mandate and to the entire Obamacare law itself.
Yeah, we really need to undo this Obamacare monstrosity. It's unsustainable, and America needs it desperately.
Well, continue to pray for this case, the case that we are part of, Liberty University versus Geithner, where Liberty Counsel filed the lawsuit in 2007. I'll argue that on May the 16th. Also become part of this ministry as we continue to educate and advance on the issues of life, liberty, and family. Go to Liberty Counsel's website, lc.org. Sign up for the Liberator newsletter, the monthly newsletter. the Liberty Alert email and also the Grassroots Action email right there on the front page. You can also go to libertycouncil.com, libertycouncil.com for additional information on the Liberty Council ministries. Remember Liberty Council in your prayers and your financial support. You can make an online credit card contribution right there online. And also go to our other website, lifeunited.org. That's our pro-life website, lifeunited.org, and tell your friends about this pro-life resource.
You have been listening to Faith and Freedom with Liberty Counsel. We hope that we have motivated you to stand up for your faith, family, and freedom. We can accomplish a lot when we work together. Get informed and get involved today. Sign up for our free monthly newsletter, The Liberator. We will send it out to you free of charge. Stay informed with our Liberty Alert email updates. Just click on the website at www.lc.org or call us at 1-800-671-1776. Tune in next time to learn more about your rights right here on Faith and Freedom.